This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines. Thailand's King Bhumibol has died after 7 years of power. President Obama approves missile strikes in response to Yemen rebel attacks. And Stumpf steps down as Wells Fargo CEO.
Hello, this is Matador News. I'm Alex Razo.
And I am Jennifer Montiel.
Thailand's King Bhumibol Adulyadej has died. At age 88, King Bhumibol was one of the world's longest sitting monarchs. His 7-decade reign began after the Japanese occupation of Thailand during World War II. In recent years, his health has worsened. His public appearance began to decline. There's no official statement about succession planning, but it is assumed that Crown Prince Vajiralongkorn is to ascend the throne.
Air travelers who can't stand waiting in line may have just gotten some relief. LAX opens its first innovation lanes. These lanes are supposed to speed up TSA checking process faster. Lanes are designed to allow up to 5 passengers to unload their personal items on the conveyor belts for TSA. Delta Airlines at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport was the first to present innovation lanes. Airline officials say lanes will speed up to TSA lines because multiple conveyor belts will allow people who unload their personal items quickly just slide their bin around the slower traveler. 2 lanes are scheduled to open the United Airlines located in the Terminal 7 by the end of this week.
Donald Trump is denying accusations from women who told the New York Times he sexually assaulted them. Jessica Leeds and Rachel Crooks told the Times that Trump touched them inappropriately. Leeds says Trump grabbed her breast and tried to reach up her skirt while on a plane.
It was a real shock when all of a sudden his hands were all over me. He started encroaching on my space.
Crooks said he kissed her without consent while she was a receptionist for a real estate firm in Trump Tower. During Sunday's debate, when asked if he ever sexually assaulted a woman, Trump said no, he had not.
Now let's head over to the newsroom. Field reporter Minerva Medrano for the reaction on campus.
In response to the allegations of sexual assault from these women, Trump is threatening to sue the New York Times for libel. I spoke with media law professor Elizabeth Blakey, and she says she doesn't think Trump has a real case.
He's a public figure, and as a public figure, he's going to have that really high standard. Not only that the statements were false, but that the newspaper did publish them with reckless disregard as to whether they were true or false.
This is not the first time these allegations have come out. Professor Blakey says the Times was careful to interview lots of people in these women's lives and confirm the time period of the allegations.
And since they have all that verification, it's most likely true, and even if it was false, they verified so strongly that they're not going to be able to show reckless disregard.
The Times has responded to Trump's threats, and they refuse to retract their story. Now back to Alex in the studio.
The U.S. military has launched missile strikes in Yemen. This comes after 2 rebel Houthi attacks on a U.S. Navy ship earlier this week. The U.S. military launched Tomahawk cruise missiles this morning, destroying 3 rebel-controlled coastal sites. Pentagon Press Secretary Peter Cook says President Obama authorized the strikes. The Pentagon says the hits were done in self-defense, and the U.S. will continue to protect military personnel and ships.
Boko Haram militants released 21 missing Chibok school Nigerian girls to authorities. This was the first mass release for the 200 girls and women taken from school years ago. After their release, they went to meet the governor of northwestern Nigerian Borno State in past few months. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari said this governor was ready to negotiate with the militants over the release of the girls.
Today in Lancaster, thousands are gathering to pay their respects during a funeral service for Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Sergeant 53-year-old Steve Owen, a 29-year veteran of the department, was killed during a shooting. Owen leaves behind a wife and 2 children. In Palm Springs, a gang member targeted then ambushed 2 police officers last week. John Felix killed the 2 officers when they came to his doorstep. He has been charged with murder. The death penalty is being considered. They were the first officers from the city to die in the line of duty since 1962.
Portugal's former Prime Minister Antonio Guterres has been elected as the next UN Secretary-General. The The Security Council nominated Contreras last week after their 6th informal poll. He topped 13 other candidates. 7 of them were women and 6 were men. Contreras will take office in the beginning of January. He replaces South Korean Ban Ki-moon, who has been serving for 10 years.
Now let's talk to Janette Contreras with the latest in business.
Thank you, Alex. Wells Fargo CEO John Stumpf was once one of the banking industry's most powerful figures, is stepping down due to the fake account scandal. Stumpf says things will be fixed and that he is deeply apologetic about the situation.
As I said before, I'm sorry that we didn't get this right. I take this very seriously. I'm not in denial, and we will get this right. We will fix this. We do a lot of things really great. California is our home state. We've been there for 164 years. We are a major employer, a major philanthropic, and we are privileged to serve so many great customers there, and we'll do that the best way possible.
The company was caught having opened about 1.5 million fake bank and credit card accounts without customer consent, dating all the way back to 2011. Stumpf made more than $19 million in 2015, but due to the scandal, he agreed to forfeit much of his 2016 salary, including his bonus and $41 million in stock awards. Tim Sloan, Fargo's president, will take over as chief executive and lead director. Applications for U.S. unemployment aids are at an all-time low. It's the lowest number since November 1973. The number of people receiving aid fell by 16,000 to just over 2 million. The 4-decade low in unemployment claims suggests that more companies are retaining employees. More Americans have been looking for work and say that they're confident in finding a job. Now, let's go to Ramirez-Graham with Everything in Sports.
Thanks, Janette. Hockey history was made on opening night by a 19-year-old rookie. Toronto Maple Leafs' first overall pick, Austin Matthews, was a one-man show against the Ottawa Senators last night. Matthews scored his first career goal on his first career shot 8 minutes into his first career game. But he was just getting started. He takes on the entire Senators defense for an unassisted second goal. A minute into the second period, he made it a hat trick. At this point, he had 3 goals on his first 3 career shot attempts, and his parents were there to see the whole thing. Later in that period, he struck again. Matthews did about everything but play goalie. The Maple Leafs lost 5-4. He became the first player in the 100-year history of the NHL to score 4 goals in his first game. Matthews is American from the non-traditional hockey market of Arizona. His success is a testament to the growth of the sport. Rowdy Ronda Rousey is returning to the octagon. She will have her long-awaited rematch for the UFC Women's title December 30th. The first and longest reigning women's champion in history will try to win her belt back from current champion Amanda Nunes. The fight will headline UFC 207 at the brand new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Rousey made the announcement on Twitter yesterday with the hashtag #FearTheReturn. Rousey has not fought since being knocked out by Holly Holm last November. Recently named 49ers starting quarterback Colin Kaepernick has agreed to restructure his contract. Kaepernick signed a 7-year, $126 million contract in 2014. The new contract has completely wiped out the last 4 years of the old contract and protects San Fran if Kaepernick loses time. The Niners are now able to cut Kaepernick at any time over the next 2 seasons, regardless of any potential injury. Kaepernick's play will be under extra scrutiny for his decision to protest the national anthem.
Ready to go. Hoping I can bring up more to this team and try to get us a win this Sunday.
San Francisco will face the Buffalo Bills on the road this Sunday. Now back to Janette with the news in science and technology.
In just a few years, Earth won't be the only planet with humans. SpaceX has announced its plan to send people to Mars after Boeing stated it would be the first to get there. The Dutch organization Mars One has also stated its plan to get to the red planet. Mars One's CEO says we're going to live on Mars in 2027. Crew members will be chosen from the public, and thousands of people have already applied to a place on board. Gamers rejoice. PlayStation's virtual reality gaming has launched today in the US and Canada. More than 30 games will be immediately available. For gamers who do not know what game to purchase, each PlayStation VR includes a demo disc with a variety of content. The virtual reality system is compatible with all PS4 consoles. Now let's go to the newsroom with Matador News reporter Dahlia Perez with the story on Bob Dylan.
Singer-songwriter Bob Dylan receives the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature.
The Nobel Prize in Literature for 2016 is awarded to Bob Dylan for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition.
Dylan has received other honors in past years, including Medal of Freedom from President Obama in 2012. Although he is the first songwriter to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, there has been some negative backlash, such as New York Times best-selling author Jodi Picoult tweets, "I'm happy for Bob Dylan, hashtag, but does that mean I can win a Grammy?" Some believe the award should have gone to someone more qualified, someone not white and male, and this might open the doors to more lyricists in the future. Professors from the English and Music Department at CSUN only had sarcastic comments on the topic and did not want to be on camera. Now let's toss it back to the studio.
A report published by the New England Journal of Medicine shows more than half of breast cancers recently diagnosed are likely falsely classified. University of Washington researchers say the most common form of cancer among American women is more complex than originally thought. The study also found the use of mammograms as a life-saving tool has been exaggerated. Authors of the report showed that about 80% of women diagnosed did not need to go through treatment. The report says the cancer's genetic makeup and the interaction between host and tumor are better ways of predicting its severity. Now let's go back to Alex with more news.
Thank you, Nate. Ladies, get excited. Today is National No Bra Day. The holiday started in the UK to support breast cancer awareness. Women are encouraged to let loose and not wear bras all day. Some more enthusiastic supporters are bearing all on social media, sharing photos with the hashtag #NoBraDay.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I am Jennifer Montiel.
I'm Alex Razo.
I'm Nate Ramirez-Graham.
And I'm Janette Contreras.